Hey, thanks for tuning in. Cooper's Automotive 2008 Toyota um, Tundra, and it's got codes. Customer says it runs fine. Went ahead and pulled codes so that save some time. Show you what we got. Did a full scan on it. Snap on scanner. P0441, P0455, P2445 secondary air injection system pump stuck. Bank 1. Then history codes, current history, and same thing all the way down the line. So, first thing let's do. Okay, I went into some functional tests. I have the smoke machine hooked up already. I've closed off the vent valve in the back. And let me show you what I've noticed already. And we're going to start there. That may not be the end of it. And let's get tuned in. Can you see that smoke coming out of the gas cap? Looks like they replaced it. It's probably the wrong one. So, that being said, let's get a gas cap, replace it, and then test some more stuff and see what we got. So actually, I took the gas cap off, I put it back on, tightened it up, and I don't have any smoke coming out of the gas cap. But that's a lot of what we see. Squirrels, rats get on top of the gas tank, and it's chewed that line in two. So we're going to replace that hose assembly and retest it, and we got to go after the secondary air injection system and test that too. Well, I've had the smoke tester back on it, and I closed the vent valve on the scanner up front. We got no smoke coming out the cap. I wanted to show you that hose underneath. I'm not going to crawl back underneath it, but that's a plastic hose. I used fuel return hose in 3/4 and put it on each end and then clamped it on with hose clamps so that the fuel wouldn't deteriorate it. But we took care of our VVAP code, the P0441, P0445 gross leak. Thanks. Decided to go ahead and go after this 2008 Toyota Tundra, the secondary air injection, because the light did pop back on, even though I did a automatic test. And I got to looking at it. They changed both of the secondary air valves up here. They're brand new. Both of the pumps down underneath the passenger side fender, they're both new. So what I did first was I took my power probe, pulled that fender out up there, and I'll show you a picture of it, but show you where the wires are. Power and ground, they're just 12-volt motors. Let me see if I can, right here's the wiring harness for one pump. Right here's the wiring harness for the other pump. This one, I power and ground, it ran. This one did not. I went down underneath that fender and I unplugged it. So it wasn't done yet because I wanted to know if I had ground, which I do, and if I had power. So there's my ground. But to find out if I have power, I have to activate it. So secondary air injection test right here with a scan tool. All right, I don't know how well you can see that, but test number 2 right here. And it's going to execute 2 loops of activation for 5 seconds, resets every 30 seconds, and RPM will change. I don't even care about any of that. I just want to see, do I get command? I wanted to show you this because I did actually just run this test. And I did have command and power over here. Well, it would be nice if I didn't. Look at that, the wire they did came apart. So we're showing about 8 volts on this thing right now. Completed the test. We're going to do it again. There we go. Got 13 volts coming to it. I have to fix this wiring that they did. But that pump, even though it's new down there, is no good, and we got command control. So this is the part I don't understand what's going to happen because somebody else already did these pumps. If I'm going to do it, you'll see a continuation on this video right here. If I'm not going to do it, well, they're going to fix it, have whoever the shop is that did it before person. And so I won't get to show you that part. All right, they gave me authorization to fix this car and replace this pump. So I've got one ordered, but I went ahead and pulled it out. Like I say, passenger side, you're going to look up in there. You got these two pumps. There was one of them, this one. It's water running out of it. This is the one that's bad. We've had a lot of rain here. So it could have went through some heavy puddles, filled it up with water, and destroyed it. But power probe's here. One more time. Okay, I'm disconnected there. Ground's on. And I wish you could hear that. I could show you that, but like I said, nothing running on this motor. Motor will be here tomorrow. I'll bolt it up. They said 12 millimeter nuts on that thing. It goes inside the fender well, just like that. 12 millimeter nut, 12 millimeter nut, 12 millimeter bolt. Pull the fender well out, drop it down, disconnect one hose right there. This goes up beside the tire up in the fender well side. So say tomorrow we'll get a motor, we'll put her back together, retest it, make sure, check engine lights out. I've got the part here, and I'll give you a part number. It's a Dorman product, not big fan, but 306-0110. Pulled the old one out. It goes on rubber grommets right here. Is all. If I had, if I had this thing up on the lift, I would show you. Wow, it's falling apart. I haven't even put it together yet. Pause to fix the part that came in. I'll test it before I even put it in. Okay, so that was my stupidity. You have to put the cap on the end of the motor, which I did, and a seal on here and bolt it to it. So we're ready from here now. I'm going to go underneath and go ahead and install it. Okay, I was able to pull the fender well out, jack the car up high enough you could see that. You can see a 12 mil there, 12 mil there, bolt there, and then one on that back bracket toward the back there. Pulling the fender well down and out, then put the clips back in it, of course, when you're done. Get my light out of the way. I've got everything connected. I'm going into the dark. Got to put all this back up. And we'll go back up top. After we button that up, clear the codes and test the system. Back inside the car, check engine lights on. I did not clear it. Just going to do a full scan anyway. Then I'm going to go back in and clear everything. All right. Takes a little time when you do a full scan anyway. All right, so it saved all those codes. Let's go back out. Let's clear all codes scanned. Okay, everything's cleared. Let's just go into engine just so we can pull only those codes real quick. Going into current, 0 codes in. Let's come back out of it. Let's go into actuator test. Let's go into where was it again? Not there. Where was it at? Secondary air injection. Manual checks, automatic checks. Run it. Idle only. Run test. Continue with engine idling. Please wait. Just let it set for 5 to 10 minutes and then start the test again. So we're going to let it set and then retest. Okay, rerunning our test. We let it set. It's doing its gig. First time it said it passed, even though the thing had a problem. So I'd suggest testing it manually and running it, driving it, see if the code comes back. All right, so after you do that, it says, do you want to retrieve code? So let's say yes, we do. We have no codes. Let's check for pending codes. We have no pending codes. So there we are on your Toyota Tundra. We said it was a 2008 Toyota Tundra. So once again, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Hope this helps. Any suggestions you have, if you've done this, that will help, that'll be gladly appreciated. See you next time.